Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bosch. The number of clean diesel models in North America will double by 2014. Bosch Clean Diesel. Good, clean, fun. Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. And by Dow Automotive Systems. Improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Welcome to the first day of the second quarter. This is Autoline Daily for April 2. I'm John McElroy, and here's the news. Well, Alan Mulally made another $29 million last year, and the UAW is hopping mad. But get this. The union says Mulally does not deserve that much money because Ford stock has not performed that well. OMG. This is the first time in my life I've heard the union criticize executive pay because the stock isn't moving high enough. These guys are sounding more like Wall Street bankers than Occupy Wall Streeters. So why the change of heart? Remember, the UAW owns a ton of Ford stock as part of the VIBA agreement, and it wants to see that stock soar. Just to give you an idea of how competitive the midsize sedan segment is in the American market, 9 months ago, the Hyundai Sonata was the newest car in the segment. 9 months from now, it will be the oldest. The list includes the Camry, Altima, Accord, Fusion, Malibu, Optima, Passat, and the Mazda 6. It's a big segment, about 15% of the total market. In fact, if you add up all those sales, they're more than any other automaker except for GM and Ford. While the Fiat 500 is off to a slow start in the U.S., it's faring much better up in the Great White North. That's why the company is considering expanding its lineup in Canada to include the Panda and Punto. So does this mean that those models are coming to the U.S.? Maybe not. Canadian customers are more into smaller cars than American ones, but you might recall that the smart cars were first sold in Canada before coming to the U.S. BMW just revealed the convertible version of the i8 called the Concept Spyder. Like BMW's other future mobility concepts, the i8 Spyder features a body constructed of a number of lightweight materials. The two-seater plug-in hybrid is powered by a 96 kilowatt electric motor and a turbocharged 3-cylinder gasoline engine. Its fuel economy is about 78 mpgs. That's on the European test cycle, but don't let its green image fool you. The i8 can still perform. It moves from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 5 seconds and has a top speed of 250 kilometers an hour, or about 155 mph. Check out this new add-on for the Volkswagen Transporter. Camper versions of these vans are immensely popular with outdoorsy folks in Europe. And good news for them, the Doubleback is an extension that motors out of the vehicle's cargo area, increasing the interior length by 6.5 feet. Think of it as a box inside a box. Very clever, but very expensive. The sticker price is nearly $90,000. Lincoln will intro the new MKZ at the New York Auto Show tonight, but right now we get this teaser video showcasing the car's retractable glass roof. It's a pretty neat technology that gives us a tiny little glimpse of the car's interior. And last Friday, Lincoln let us drive this redesigned version of the MKS. It gets a variety of upgrades inside, outside, and under the hood. Front and center is a brand new grille, which now features very fine vertical slats. They sort of give the car an almost insect-like face. Out back, things have been cleaned up and the car gets a bigger trunk opening. Overall, we found the exterior design pretty underwhelming, but like they say, it's what inside that counts. Lincoln has thoroughly upgraded the MKS's interior. We're happy to report it has new switchgear, a more upscale layout, and much richer materials. Of course, it's also loaded with technology, including My Lincoln Touch, lane keeping assist, and collision warning. The base 3.7-liter V6 has been tweaked for more oomph. It now delivers 304 horsepower and 2 more miles per gallon, up to 27 on the highway. A 3.5-liter EcoBoost 6 is still optional and still awesome. Bigger and much, much, much better brakes bring everything to a stop. There's a gimmicky sounding but surprisingly effective adaptive suspension that's called continuously controlled damping. CCD is part of an overarching system called Lincoln Drive Control, which lets drivers adjust the feel of things like the steering and throttle. On the track at Ford's Michigan Proving Grounds, the new MKS stacked up very favorably to some strong competition. It easily blew a Mercedes-Benz E350 into the ditch and, in our opinion, was dead even with an Audi A6 3.0 TFSI. And that's pretty impressive. And that's our overall driving impression of the 2013 MKS. Lincoln has turned a lackluster product into a solid luxury offering.
I'm Seamus McElroy in Pahrump, Nevada, and coming up next, a look at the new Genesis Coupe.
Reducing exhaust emissions, aerified diesel particulate filters, high filtration, low back pressure, small package size, excellent durability. DowAerified.com.
The new Genesis Coupe is just as capable on the road as it is on the racetrack. Let's take a deeper dive into what the 2013 model is all about.
The first thing you'll notice is it's sleeker and more aggressive looking than before. The refreshed design incorporates Hyundai's signature hexagonal grille, a new hood, and now features LED daytime running lights and LED rear taillights. On the inside, the Genesis Coupe has a more premium feel and look to it. Hyundai added things like a 7-inch navigation screen, stitching along the IP, and soft-touch surfaces to get a more refined look. While the design improves upon the previous model, the new powertrain options will get customers even more excited for the rear-wheel drive coupe.
2.0 turbo 4-cylinder now incorporates a twin scroll type turbocharger and a larger, higher capacity intercooler, and so it makes 274 horsepower and 275 pound-foot of torque, class-leading 4-cylinder power. On the 3.8-liter V6 side, we've added direct injection technology, and in addition to the 2-stage variable induction system, it now produces 348 horsepower for the V6. So very impressive. In addition, we have a new 8-speed automatic transmission as well as a significantly enhanced 6-speed manual.
You'll need to use premium fuel to get those horsepower and torque numbers. With regular gasoline, they drop slightly. Even though the performance is way up, fuel economy wasn't sacrificed. The 4-cylinder gets in the low 20s in the city and low 30s on the highway for both the manual and automatic transmissions. And with the V6, fuel economy ranges from 18 miles per gallon in the city to the high 20s out on the highway for both gearboxes. Pricing for the Genesis Coupe starts at just over $25,000 with a 4-cylinder and 6-speed manual transmission. For the top trim model, which is equipped with the V6 and an 8-speed automatic transmission, the price jumps $10,000 to just over $35,000. The 2013 Genesis Coupe is available at Hyundai dealerships right now.
Thanks for that report, Seamus. We're going to be at the New York Auto Show this week, which is turning out to have a lot more new product reveals than we typically see at this show. So don't forget to join us Thursday night for Autoline After Hours, where we will be webcasting live from Katz's Deli in Manhattan. Hey, if you're in the area, come join me and the auto extremist Peter DeLorenzo for the most entertaining discussion about all things automotive. And that wraps up today's report. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ward's is the industry leader for news, data, and analysis. That's why companies across the globe subscribe to our premium service, maybe even your own. Log in for subscriber access now. Check your company's intranet for details, and rely on wardsauto.com to keep you informed.